Hello, today I'm going to show you how to use WebDriver Listener with your selenium WebDriver script. Okay, now I have a class WebDriver Listener example here. It has a simple test case. I have named it as demo. Basically, it goes to one website, makemytrip.com, fills out a couple of fields, and clicks on Facebook link at the bottom of the screen. Now, why do we need to use WebDriver Listener? What WebDriver Listener does is it listens to your WebDriver actions. That is, okay, I'll show you with an example here. I'm going to create a new class. I'm going to name it as activity capture. Okay. Now what this class does to make this WebDriver Listener class, I'm going to have to implement WebDriver event listener interface. When I implement it, when Eclipse going to prompt for I will have to add all the unimplemented methods. Eclipse will give you options for that. When I click on that, you can see it generates the number of methods here. Basically, you can just read through these methods. They mean exactly what they have given the name as. So, for example, if you go through the first one, it says before accept alerts. What it means is that this method will get executed just before you accept an alert. Similarly, if you scroll down, okay, what this does is this method will get executed just before you click on any web element. Basically, what it does, it listens to your actions, your WebDriver actions. What can you use this for? What can you use this class for? Okay, you can use this suppose if you want to take a screenshot before every click. Suppose you have an application that keeps on popping up, unpredictable pop-up will keep on popping up on web screen. That will be very hard to write a script for, because you cannot predict when the pop-up is going to come, and that time you can actually write a general method close pop-up. You can call it close pop-up, and you can call before clicking on any web element, check whether this pop-up is coming. If it exists, then close it, then click on the web element. This is just an example where the WebDriver Listener can be used. It can also be used for logging. You can just also print and say that, hey, I'm just clicking on this web element. You can just say clicking on element. I can say this element. Now this will get printed every time before you click on this message will get printed out. This will be very helpful for debugging. Okay, one more is you can also take a screenshot of that. I said that already. You can also call a scroll to method here. You can just before clicking on any web element, scroll to that web element, then click. Okay, I'm going to write a method for scrolling to a web element. Let's say public static void, let's say scroll to. This will take two arguments, driver web element L. Okay, we can make use of coordinates class here, coordinates from Selenium. Make sure that you import it from Selenium. Card is equal to say element dot get coordinates. And basically, this just gives me the coordinates of the web element on the page. Coordinates. It will ask you to cast it. Okay, it should be locatable. Okay, to do that, you can say car dot in viewport. This is one way of doing it. You can also make use of JavaScript executor. You can say JavaScript script executor driver, say execute script. Some mistake here. JavaScript executor. Okay, and let's say execute script. Should be JavaScript executor. Okay, execute script. Here you will have to write little JavaScript code to scroll the web element into view. So I'm going to say arguments of 0 dot scroll into view, say true, and passing the web element as the argument. Yeah. Basically what this method does, it scroll web element into view, but you cannot use this if you have a fixed header on your website that you're trying to automate, because that web element might block you from clicking if you use this method. So okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this method inside before click on. Now what will happen is that every time before click on, this method will be called. That is, before clicking on, each time before clicking on, the web element is scrolled into view, then the click action happens. Okay, similarly you can also use for before change the value of this. This method will get executed when just before you are entering a value into a field. You can say that so what you can say, you can just give a print statement here. So I'm entering value into field, say plus element dot to string. These are some of the uses of using a website. As you can see, there are plenty of methods. There's something on exception after script. You can also take a screenshot after find by, before find by. There are many methods. You can use it for taking a screenshot. You can call screenshot methods here, or scrolling methods, or just print, or if you are using a log API, you can just use it for logging as well. Now we'll need to make some changes in your script here. You are not using just typical WebDriver instance. You cannot use just WebDriver instance. If you're using a listener, you will have to use event firing WebDriver Listener instance. So to create an event firing WebDriver Listener object, first it will take that constructor, will take driver instance, your WebDriver instance. Okay, I'm going to create a field here. Okay, then there are a couple of more statements here. I'm going to have to create a object of the listener class. Let's say activity capture, the new activity capture. Then you say act register. Event dot register. Then I will have to pass an event object of the word. I'm going to have to pass object of the word listener class. Okay, once you're done with that, should be able to run it fine. Okay, we'll run it as test only. Okay, I'm sorry, there's one several things left out here. You cannot use the driver instance. You'll have to replace it with the event. But if you already have existing framework, then you want to add a WebDrive listener, there's a trick. I'll show you that later. Let me just run this once. It goes to the website makemytrip.com. After loading, it should enter two values. Before entering two values, it should basically print, as you can see. It should print that it's going to enter values. Now it actually scrolled down to this web element and clicked on it. So that means our WebDriver Listener action is working fine. As you can see, the statements, the print statements that I have given inside the before change value method are getting executed. This one was executed before clicking on the element. So this is how you can make use of your WebDrive Listener. Also the trick, okay, if you already have a bunch of test cases that use driver instance, you cannot just change everything into event. You cannot replace every WebDriver instance by a event firing WebDriver instance. So what you can do is you can swap these two names. See, existing your test cases use a driver. So what you do is you give the WebDriver event firing WebDriver object as driver and change your typical driver instance to event. And when you do that, of course you have to swap the name here as well. It's going to be event and this is going to be driver, and you will have to pass event here. So this has to be driver.register. Now as you can see, this should work fine. Just by swapping these two names, I'll be able to use I will be able to add WebDrive Listener to my existing code. This is a simple trick. Okay, thanks for watching.